Hi there, I'm DerpyMoose99. This is episode 5 of our Factorio Let's Play. In the last episode, we hooked up our blue signs, which is the second tier here. And if I go into the map and go down here, we put a little bit of walls and a few turrets around our coal mine that's feeding our steam power here. And we armed up our steam power a little bit. Now, if we look in the map here, just check our pollution cloud. I'll have to learn how to talk again here. Looks like we're going to hit some biter nests fairly soon, and most of the pollution is coming, at least down south, is coming from our steam power there, which makes sense. We're burning coal. There's some nests out here and up here that we'll hit eventually, but right now that's probably our biggest risk, and that's why I armed up the mining area. Probably get hit first, so we're just going to ignore that for the moment. And let's put on our to-do list before we carry on with the main bus build is adding a few more labs. And also, let me turn off my quick moving mod here. We now have 200 steel furnaces, so let's just take a moment and upgrade these. So we make steel so that we can upgrade stuff to make more steel. This is the way, right? Okay, so this should double our production of our resources. Or if we don't have enough input, it won't double it, but it'll make sure we're using what we put in there to the maximum of the belt's capability. So now every one of these rows should have the capability to output a full yellow belt, right? And the bricks aren't here because we're using half the stone for landfill, but that's okay. Now we want to make a few more labs, like maybe another 4 or so. So we need iron and copper. So we have some random chests over here somewhere. Here we go. Let's exchange some bricks for... I'm going to keep a few bricks in the old inventory here. And 2, 3, 4. So we'll build 4 of those. That's probably more than enough here. So it'll look like that. Okay. And I'm just going to wait a minute while they craft here. Alright, everything crafted in our inventory there, so we're just going to add the last labs here. Okay, like I said, that's probably overkill, but I'd rather not have the science sitting there wasted on the end of the belt. Okay, so I think we've done all our furnace upgrades. Yeah, we're burning through this stone patch pretty quick here. Let's clean up some of these extra belts here. Okay, turn off our pollution cloud. So originally we had only 253,000 stone there. And now we have 167,000, so yeah, we've used up roughly 90. Now in our running, did we find any more stone nearby here? Stone is sometimes hard to see on the map, but I'm not actually seeing any. That kind of, oh, there's some up there. I must have seen that before. I marked it for 9.2 million. That's not a huge patch though, given this is a rail world, so interesting. Well, we might have to get up there and get that stone going because we're going to need a lot more landfill here. Alright, so let's take that landfill. I'm going to put a little bit of ammo in our inventory here. Probably put the 9 back. And let's get rid of our iron ore and stuff we got in here. We got a box with stone here. I can put some stone in there. And I think the wood can go in here. We can build a few more poles here. So let's pull some poles out while we're here. And what are we down to as far as radar? We should probably build some more radar. I'm just going to handcraft them. Let's make 15 of them. Maybe 20. And yeah, we don't really need shotguns and stuff at this moment in time. What I do want to build to help lay out the bus, though, is some of these more advanced power poles. So we need steel, iron, and copper for that. So let's put some more stuff on our toolbar here. We also should probably make some lamps as well, too. And that's basically copper and iron, okay? So let's go over and pick up some steel from these chests over here. Actually, that's a pretty good robust output of steel. I'm kind of pleased with that, okay? And we probably have miners down here somewhere. Oh, why are those in there? Okay, we'll take those. Okay, there's a couple miners there, so we'll add that. Actually, just to make sure we know where to find them, let's put them in the box over here. That's overkill on the miners, or it might look like it, but we're going to be using thousands of them, so I'm going to let that keep building. We can pick these boxes up here. We don't need them anymore. Okay, the only boxes we should have, I guess that's legitimate. Oh, we must be full over here. Cool, okay. Well, let's upgrade that to an iron box, and let's let that keep moving. And yeah. Okay. How are we doing on belts here? I'll just empty this out. Doesn't hurt to have a ton of belts in reserve here. We've got lots of iron at the moment. And what have we got here? We research engines, okay. So that means to me we're working on railway. Let's have a look at our research queue here. So I don't know if we're going to be able to do modular armor or not. Okay, it says we're doing fluid handling at the moment. All right, so we're building towards all this stuff anyways. That's the beauty of this auto research mod. You put in what you want, and the mod figures out what the prerequisites are. You can do it yourself, but once you've done it a few times, it's not really worth doing. So let's go back to laying out our bus here. Let's make sure... Oh no, I can't do that yet. I need to build some poles here. Okay, we need a little bit more iron, so let's take a little bit out of here. So these big power poles, I want to build, say, 10 of them. Well, maybe just 25 for now. And 25 of those. Yeah, maybe more of those and more of those. And what do we need for lights? A little more copper. I think we have copper down here. So let's build a bunch of lights here. And while we're at it, a few more iron boxes. And let's build a couple of steel boxes here. Don't really want those there. Let's move this down. Okay, so it's a lot of handcrafting, so it's going to take a while for that to happen. But let's go up top here. Let's put back this stuff. Maybe we'll keep 100 of each just in case we want to craft something. And keep those, and let's go have a look up here. Okay, we're running up the road here. See if you can see the difference of running speed if I step off the path here. All right, so if we look here, yeah, let's just see how much further we can get with our path here. Okay, now we're gonna have to fill in most of this lake here, or at least the top part, but we can continue laying out our bus here. So what we can always do is build past the lake. I should probably fix that. It'll bug me if I don't. And let's chop these 2 trees down while we're here. All right, now we're researching oil processing, which is cool. And I'm just going to do a little more landfill here to see if what we have is enough, okay? Oh yeah, we want to get military science going too. So let's quickly lay out the bus here. Now to figure out how to lay out the bus here, what you do is you want to belt things on the bus, obviously. And you want to have, now some things you're going to want, say, 1 belt of, some you're going to want 2 of, some you're going to want 4 of. Okay, so once you have a little experience, you can kind of figure out what you want to do. Or if you're playing a mod, you can just sort of lay out a huge bus and you have lots of room. But I sat down and said, okay, I probably want 12 belts of iron. So that's 3 times 4. Same for copper. Probably 2 belts of steel, 2 belts of brick, 2 times 4 belts of green, maybe 4 of red, maybe 2 of blue, and 10 or 12 miscellaneous belts just for space, and maybe room for rails too. So the type of bus I want to do here is I'm going to have power down here. Lay out the first batch here. Oops. Must have missed a step there. So let's throw a radar there. Let's see if we need one in the middle. No, that's good. Okay, so that's going to be the power for the assemblers and stuff on the bottom side of the bus. And we'll run the power poles down here as well too. Now, what I want to do is, later in the game there's something called roboports, and they have a radius of 25. So I'm going to use assemblers as a roboport just to depict it, but you'd have roboparts, say, down along this power line here. So, maybe that assembler would be roughly where you'd have a roboport. And so that the bus here is going to be quite large, so I want a string of roboports running down the middle of the bus. But if they're further than 25 radius away from these assemblers, it's not going to work very good for us because they won't connect. So I'm going to simulate this with a chunk of belt. And just to make this a little easier for us to calculate, in the box here, I'm going to put, I'll put 68 so we have 100. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run up 25. Oops. All right, so that's 25 there. We had 100, now we have 75. And I'm going to take one of these large power poles and I'm going to put it right there. Maybe a bit farther out there. And so our roboport on the bus would be there or there. And you can see that's within 25. Okay. So I'm going to repeat that again. And I'm going to run this up there. And I'm going to repeat that again. And let's see. I'm just going to chop some of these trees because they're irritating me. It's the other reason for getting military science going, so we can get some grenades going here too. Okay, and let's take our path up here. So I'm thinking 3 rows of robots and then okay, and that would be where our robots are on the there. Just for reference, let's go down here. Okay, that extends 1. Okay, so that's 100. Now let's do an exercise here. Let's pick up our belts first here. Later on when you get bots, you can clear all this ground automatically, but gotta do it manually right now. Alright. So this is the middle power pole here. So you always want to leave space of 2 away from the pole. And the reason for that is undergrounds, right? You want to build or leave room for underground so you can skip over stuff. So our first thing on the bus will be there. And a space of 2 between. Oops. Wow, fingers aren't working too good at the moment. Alright, so that would be, say, the first thing I had written down was 3 bolts of 4 iron. And if we take this tree out, go up 2. Okay, we could do a belt of 2 of something there. So I'm going to check off the iron. I'm going to check off the steel. Okay, and if we come up here, do our 2 again. Okay, I'm going to take this and I'm going to go there. So that's going to be our copper. Okay. Okay, and there's a room for a belt of 1 there. So I'm going to check off the copper and I'm going to check off 1 of the miscellaneous, I think. Okay, and then down here, now I said 2 times 4 green. So we'll check our space there. Okay, and that'll be green. And brick, I think. Brick and stone, maybe. Although I would like brick, I think, more towards the top. Yeah, that's not really good there. So something could go there for sure. Pick this up here. So sake of argument, I'm going to check off brick. And then let's do reds here. Okay, I don't know if we'll need 4 reds, but there's 4 reds. 2 blue. Let's see. 1, 2. Another double. 1, 2. And a single. Okay. And let's get rid of this rock here. Okay, I kind of shouldn't have picked up that last belt here. Let's do this here. Okay. And let's lay this out. So that's not a huge bus. You know what? I might just go 1 more. Because I think I don't have room for a train right now on the bus. And I think I might want a train. So I'm just going to pause while I clean this up here. Okay, I'm just going to add 1 more row here. Okay, and we'll do this. Okay, I'm not going to lay out all the poles and do all that kind of stuff now. I just want to get the basic framework here. Then we'll run down and start doing military science here. Okay, I'm just going to pause while I clean up the belts here. Alright, so I did the cleanup here. Now I'm going to take these medium power poles and I'm going to run them up the bus, and I'm going to make it, instead of spaced out, I'm going to make sure there's power on every inch here. And that'll just be useful later. But we need to carry the power up to the top, so let's do it this way here. Okay, and then power there. Now where was our radar? Was about that pole there. Down below, it doesn't have to be symmetrical, but you do have to have coverage. Alright, so the philosophy here is where we come up on the bus is going to be where the bus splits. So in general, this is not going to be a hard and fast rule, but in general, we look at the layout here. We'll do manufacturing over on the left here, bring stuff up, put it on the bus, and over on the right side of this center point will be our assemblers for building things, and science will be up on top and stuff like that. That's my current plan, although at various points on the bus as we extend it out, we might run short of materials, and we might want to put some, there's some stone there, cool. Might want to put some furnaces out here and bus fresh resources onto the bus just to refill empty belts and stuff like that. So I was looking for more stone, and there's 8.8 million of it there. Let's actually add stone in there. Cool. Well, I really think I want to get more landfill going. So even though I said we're going to do most of our manufacturing over here, I think that's a bit closer and easier to get to. All right, let's actually make that a bit of a priority. Oops, I'll do that. So rather than, I've got enough power poles on me. Let's take this down here. Oops. Bloody log made me trip, and that'll never do here. Can't have mistakes here. Well, I'm going to derp like crazy, but... Okay, before we extend that, let's see how much bricks we have here. Okay, that's roughly out. I can see the 8.8 in the mini map there. Dum-da-dum-da-dum. Now, we should probably do some radar. So maybe one right at the end here. And one in the middle somewhere here. Below that dark patch there. So roughly about there. Okay, and we're at our stone patch here. And there's a bunch of stone on the stone here. Just gonna have to clear out these rocks here. Just take a second here. Okay. Doesn't look like there's anything there. So I'm gonna run down. I'm gonna grab some miners here. Do we have assemblers? Yeah, we have assemblers. I'm gonna grab some miners and come back and set up a little bit more landfill here. So I will be right back. Alright, I ran down and grabbed some supplies here. And let's see about making a lot more landfill here just to fill that lake up and stuff like that. So if we take our mine and say that's going to be the furthest one out to the side. Okay. Okay, I want to make a serious amount of landfill here. And we've got that other patch up, potential patch anyways, above the bus and to the left there that we can actually use for brick. So let's make this all landfill all the time. And I haven't looked at power lately, but I bet we should probably think about adding some more power. Okay, so this one. Okay, I'm going to bring that up. And this one here. All right, so this is going to be a fairly basic setup. I think we're just going to go probably up about there. And we'll set this on landfill. I don't think I brought enough of these, but I don't know for sure. Well, that one would be one low, wouldn't it? Aggravating. Oh, well, luckily that worked out. Okay, and then we're gonna up here. And I don't need to belt this off. Let's just box them up. Now I want quite a bit, so I'm gonna put steel. Steel's pretty precious in the beginning, so don't use it too rashly, but I think we kind of need a lot of landfill. Well, it didn't work out too great on the power poles, but that's okay. I'll live with it. Yeah, okay. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's get some power going to the miners here. It's a bit of a mess of power poles, but like I say, in case of failure or a biter attack or something, you want redundancy. Alrighty. I'm gonna let this run for a while. It looks to me like the belts might actually fill up. Let's see if these things, yeah, they're not running full time. Well, we could actually expend some resources here. Too bad I don't have any more of the fast ones, but let's do this here. Okay, and let's see how these are operating now. Still a bit of a pause, but that's okay. Yeah, I guess there's 200 and something landfill in a fairly short order there. All right, so let's let that run. And we should probably put a radar down here. Do we have any enemies? Yeah, there's some there. Okay. I'll just put a couple of turrets there. I'm just going to put 50 in each, just in case the radar gets attacked. You know, eventually we'll have robust walls and defenses and stuff like that, but let's see. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is go down and get military science going. So I'll go on pause, run down there, and we'll start doing that. Okay, so we're back down at our bootstrap base here. And yeah, this stone that we had down here, this little patch, is really going through pretty quick here. That's like 5 or 6 miners that are already gone. Let's see here. We were 255, now we're 145. Okay. And hopefully you can see how marking on the map with the quantity of stuff you have in the beginning gives you a feel anyways for what your usage is. Okay. And I probably should have put these back before, but there you go. And we have 2 million of these stone furnaces here, but that's okay. Just cost rock. And what do we have? Out of wood, and we don't have any in our inventory. Okay, we'll have to remember to pick up a few more trees next time we're clearing. We do have lights though, so let's put a couple lights in here. Just in our little mini mall here. Okay, and down here we'll put a couple in. Just maybe in the general area where we have been working anyways. Okay, let's look at our power. Yeah, okay. So in the middle here it says our production is 18 megawatt and we're using 18 megawatt. Over here in the satisfaction section here, the one that's yellow, it says our actual desire is 28.5 or so megawatt and we're only producing 18. So I need to double our power supply down there. So before we do military science, let's take care of our power. All right. And so we have 10 boilers and 20 engines down there, and that's producing 18. So we probably actually need to triple it. Okay, so here's why I wasn't too worried about having all the stone furnaces. We're going to use them to make boilers and stuff here. So if I want to make 20 boilers, I need 80 pipe and 20 stone furnaces. Okay, so let's take half and then put the rest in there. So that's 20 stone furnaces. And let's actually up this to 600 and we'll let that one rip. So if we come in here and go, all right, now you can see down here, okay, I'm handcrafting some advanced ammo. But once that's done, we're just going to craft the boilers. We don't have to craft the stone furnaces and the pipes. So if you are going to handcraft, try and have like components available. You know, and actually to that note, I don't think we have gears anywhere down here, so let's get a box of gears going here. And we'll put another light there. All right, now we want to make engines. So we had 20 boilers and it's 2 engines per boiler. Yeah, it would have been great to have gears there. Look, we're going to need like 320 gears. And we're going to need another 200 pipe, okay? So let's take what we can out of there. And it's not much gears, but we'll take what we got. Not much iron left in there, but let's take out what we've got. Bunch of that. A little bit of this here. Okay, and we want 40 steam engines, so I'm going to hit the right mouse button 8 times. Yeah, I'm going to do all of them, what the hell. And we're going to need a water pump. And we're going to need a bit more pipe as well, too. So we'll take some straight pipe. Can't remember exactly. We're going to need like, yeah, that's probably enough. I'm going to need some of these too. Okay. No, actually, we're going to need more than one pump. All right, we need to get some more iron here. Let's build 5 of them. Okay, and take a couple of stacks of miners. And maybe 200 just to be fully overkill. Take some more power poles. And let's top up our ammo here. Okay, we've got 174 of the more advanced armor. So the basic armor does 5 damage plus 1 physical. And this does 8 damage plus 1.6 physical. And that goes up with research as well too. So for now, I'm just going to have personal red armor, or red ammo. And we'll use this yellow in the turrets for the moment anyways. Alright, that stuff's all crafted, and I'm going to run down to the power, and we'll get set to, inserters here. Gonna need some of you guys. Oh, we'll need 80. So we'll take 150, and let's take some more belts here. Maybe even a bit more than that. Okay, and let's get rid of some of this stuff here. Don't need the bricks for the moment. Okay, I'm going to run down and we'll deal up the power expansion. Alright, we're back down here. And let's get some more miners going here. So I want to build 3 additional rows, if you will, of miners. Get these big rocks out of here. Okay, I'm going to run this up. And this one. Okay, it looks like we didn't have enough miners originally, so let's fix that. Okay, let's replace our turret here. I'll put 50 in that for now. Okay, that gives us a total of 4. Let's get some power going. It looks like we missed a few more here too. Okay, extra turret by the radar just for luck. Alrighty, let's change this a little bit here. I'm just going to use underground, so another thing we should build is we should build some gates here. Okay, right now we'll use that gap as a gate here. Okay, now we're going to build to the right. But what I want to do is balance out these belts. So let's get this over here. Now, sometimes you have uneven production on belts here. For instance, you can see this one's not a full belt. So sometimes it's useful to put balancers in. So on the Factorio website, there's blueprint books of balancers. So if I go into my blueprints here and we look at transport belts, open that up. See here, there's a 4x4 balancer. So I'm going to right click and take a copy of that. And I'm going to plunk it down so I know what I'm building. Now, some of these are fairly easy to figure out for yourself, and some of them are not. So some kind people spend quite a bit of time calculating out how to balance some of the tougher numbers. So what this will do is whatever the input of the 4 is, it totals it up and distributes it evenly. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit sneaky to get it through all this. Don't really need these dragon's teeth at the moment, so I don't feel bad about bypassing that. Okay, we're going to want to get rid of our temporary wall here. Should pick up that turret while we're here too. Okay, let's take a copy of our existing setup here. Let's see, our blueprint book is full, or our inventory is full. Okay, I'm gonna have to do something about that. Let's see here. 2 spaces, I think. Okay. So there's that. I'm gonna put a box down here. Random box. I'm gonna put some stone and some wood and some coal in there. And maybe a few belts here just to get them out of our inventory. Okay, now I'm going to take a blueprint of both of those together. Going to superimpose it. And I'm going to do that. Okay. Okay, so I got some manual crafting to do, and I think we can probably lay this out pretty quickly, so let's do that. I think that our boilers worked, so let's put those down. And we had straight pipe. Let's get some pipe on our toolbar here. So straight pipe every second boiler here. And I don't think our water pumps have built yet. No, okay. So let's get this stuff going here. And I see that I had burner inserters as backups here, so we'll have to go make some of those. Because I think that's a good strategy, actually. What I'm talking about there is if you have these burner inserters, they don't need power, so if for some reason your power goes out, like biter attack or something, if you have burner inserters there, it'll theoretically restart your power for you without you having to do anything, which is a good thing. Okay, let's get some power going here. Okay, I'm going to prioritize the second line up here just because we're out of power. Okay. There's a pig timer, but let's do a little bit more here. Get this power resolved, and it's maybe, I don't know if we'll actually have time to do military science or not, but let's get that going. Or at least started, I mean. Okay, now should have a pump ready here. Okay. Okay, those are starting to work now. Looks like all of them are working. We've all got the green working light there. Yeah, I don't need 100 in there. Let's put 50 in those. Okay, and here's going to be our next belt here. Okay, that should be fully operational. So let's actually have a look here. Okay, now we're using 26-ish out of 36, and our satisfaction bar is going back to green. So we have enough power again. But we need expansion power, so let's take another one of these up here. Yeah. Okay, I can probably finish this off camera. So why don't we, yeah, I'm going to save military science in the next episode. So let's end episode 5 here. And this is Derpy Moose 99. And that was episode 5 of our Factorio Let's Play. All right, thank you.